I know some of you has been wanting a little bit of a tour, and this bare spot here you see in front of us was where an old tobacco barn was. We just recently tore down here in October and got it mostly cleaned up. Some leftover lumber, and I want to show you my tractor. Some of you's been wanting to see some different things. It's an MX 5100. It's a 2008 model, original tires. I'm looking into getting some new tires. I'm going to switch it over to the R1s, which are regular tractor tires. These are industrial R4s, I think is what they're called. And I'll let you look at some cows. I salted them this morning. And my little donkey, little Jenny. She's for coyote protection. I've never had a calf lost to coyotes that I know of, but these cows have not been grained, and I believe we're very blessed, or I am very blessed that they're not been grained. They're milking good, it looks like. So, but this is my tractor. It's got 1,500 hours on it. And I'll show you some more stuff. I'm gonna go back on the hill and just kind of give you a little bit of a tour. Well, we're gonna try a little something. Here's my four-wheeler. Some of you wanted to go up this road here in front of my house. So we're gonna try something and try not to get our neck broke doing it, but I'm trying to put my gloves on and hold this camera. What I found online is there's a they make a head mount, and so bear with the footage if you want to go up with it. here, from what I can gather. And it was pretty thick, and there's still coal here. They didn't get it all. There's another pit. I don't know if they loaded both or they started another one. I don't know for sure. Looks like my fence needs some repair. If I get me a headset, I think that'll be a great way to be able to video. I can video and then talk if the boiler don't drown me out. Of course, here's the actual strip line. That's the high wall road. Right here, I'll stop here and talk to you just for a second. This right here, where Eugene and the dogs are, has always been pretty clean. But if you look on out there, there's some swamp grass and some brush. Me and my uncle cleaned this up. Well, my uncle done the cleaning. I just was here. We cleaned it up in 2018, 17. I think there's a deer. Look here. 4 does. Well, we don't have a shortage of them. Let me see if I can't take let's see if I can zoom in. We're gonna scare them off here in just a minute. They ain't too scared. They ain't been back the way back here to hunt. There they go. Come here, Eugene. Don't be following them deer. I had to stop there so Eugene wouldn't take off after the deer. You better come here. I'm gonna try to put my glove back on while you're on. I know what these guys do now with this. They need to get the head. I think I'll get me a head mount. We'll go on through here. Like I said, we cleaned this up in 2017 or 18. And we had just, my dad and my papa had just neglected it. They sowed it down. I know they did. And they was farming big at the time. I never did think nothing about cattle. This wasn't fenced. I fenced it all. So I come down back here to get my deer camera. I'll get it here in a minute. But that's the main reason I come back here. But I figured I'd let you all tag along. But all this right here, there's still stumps. And I still got brush to burn and to clean up. I busted the radiator on that Kubota back here, and I'm kind of disheartened me after a $700 radiator was had to be replaced. muzzleloading season is in here now. I guess I need to come back here and see if I can get one of them does. This right here used to be in wood, total wood, still 2018 or 2019. And I had them to, well, there's another tree fell. I had the guys that cut the timber on this side to take clear cut this hard. And then we went behind it and behind it and cleaned it up by some grass. I've got more broom sage and stumps than I do grass. I'll get up here and show you a little bit of a view. There's one view. I love it. I come back here and just see the beauty that God has made. I know it looks pretty dreary right now, but it's spring and summer. It's beautiful. You can see fairly far away today. I don't know the farthest distance. I would believe the Tiger Creek Valley is the farthest ridges you can see. Yes, it sure is a beautiful view. I don't know exactly if there's 8 acres or 10 acres, but if you're on your phone looking at this, you can maybe pause it and zoom in. But the places that's not very many trees is the bowling farm, and Roy Virgin cut all the trees off of it. He bought it and clear cut it. We'll probably be selling it sometime, but turn this off so you can probably hear me better. All this is an experiment, so don't shoot the messenger. You all wanted to see, so I wanted to show you what things was like. Alright, we just took my camera down off that little tree right there. Down back down, and I'm gonna drop off this one camera off, and then we'll go up in the woods on the other side. Let's kind of look at it. If I can get my glove on. So, I want to figure out all this stuff here. I want to see. The reason I want a video going back off, I want you to kind of see if it does show how steep the ground is. I want you to imagine driving a loaded dump truck, haul at least 10 to 20 ton. I don't know how much they haul, but they took 2,500 ton of coal out of this strip mine. And what happened was the county wanted this company, which was a sublease company, to put up a $100,000 road bond, and the company couldn't do it, so they had to quit. But if they took 2,500 ton, I'd say there's probably, I don't know how much more they'd be. The vein goes way out through there. Back where that stump field is, I showed you, it goes up all the way through there. The story goes that years ago, my great grandpa had a mine up there somewhere, and there was a man that owned property on the other side. I think his name was Tommy Brown. I guess he started his own mine on his side and was coming into my great-grandpa's side. I guess he had to go all the way into Greenup to get the sheriff to cease and desist, because I guess he was stealing coal, which I don't know what he was doing with it, but it's kind of like somebody stealing timber now. But there was a lot of little coal mines, and we dug back in the hills. There's quite a bit of coal on this farm. Whether it'll ever be mined, I don't know. But this farm is very wet, or especially this side of the holler is very wet. And they say that's a sign of coal seams. The bottom of our water well has coal in it, or not in the bottom, but down in it. There's some coal, and there's also some limestone. Our well, we got a water well that is 75 feet deep, and we're blessed. It's got a little bit of iron to it, but not much. It don't stain clothes. I will show you a little bit of the woods here. We didn't go on the other side because it's just woods. But we had timber cut here in the winter of 2017, 2018. And a man named David Wilburn and his son Jason cut it. And we had it not clear cut, I'm sorry. I had that one part clear cut, but we had it select cut everywhere else down to 18 inches. And we were blessed to be able to do that. And if you'll look, it's very steep. Some of this we logged years ago with a tractor, but it's rough. This is what I wanted to show you, if you can kind of see how steep that is. I don't know if it does it justice, this camera. I mean, it's fine. We can come up, of course I gotta get this brush out the way, but you can come up this with a 2-wheel drive tractor when it's dry. You can probably do it now if you needed to, but we don't like risking things if we don't have to. I got a 4-wheel drive and don't really have any need to be back here, but we had this road in fairly decent shape, and it's not bad, but it would cost a lot of money to have it gravel. But that's what it needs, is some big heavy gravel, like number 4 gravel, put in it and packed in, and then that would hold it, keep it from eroding. My uncle had it done good with the dozer, and of course, traveling and bigger heavy rains, and I never really could get much grass to grow because I kept traveling it. The other side, the road is not it's steeper, and the road is not as good, so I don't travel it near as much. I'll show you it down here in a minute. I gotta stop at the house and drop this camera off, get some things, and then I'll head off on the other side. You can see right there, there's kind of 2 roads. They've redone. The one to the left is the road that was the original road, and then the logger kind of changed it. Now we're going to go on the other side of the holler. If I can get my glove on again. It's not that cold today, but it's not that warm. My hands get cold. So we're going to go up here, and this holler here, when we get on the very top, I'll tell you, we'll be on what we call the Laurel Ridge. The dogs, I'm gonna try to go slow because it wears them out. It's a long travel. Let's see. Okay, brakes are off. Let's see what we can do. We'll probably run onto more deer somewhere, or some deer sign. limb. We got a lot of limbs and stuff now. Hopefully this spring we'll be having some timber cut on this side. Big white oaks you see is worth quite a bit of money right now. Go on, Eugene. You smell something. You got a whiff of something you didn't like. That's why he stopped. Cleaned up piece of ground. What we just went through was the only pasture on this side of the road, or of the holler. Well, there's some more pasture on this side of the holler, but the rest of the farther back on the hill you go, there's no pasture. It's all woods. Yellow markings, some paint. I've been marking some property line. That way there's no dispute. You can see the terrain. There's some good trees here. We're not gonna, now some of them are going to clear cut. I want to clean up some more ground. And then the steepest ground I'm going to select cut. Because there's no point to clear cut. It just causes too much erosion. Eugene will be tired after this. He's still in the club. My dad, my nephew, and myself, we took and got a metal detector. I bought him one for Christmas, so it's kind of from the farm. But if you can look there, my road's a little bit over on the other people's property. I never known that. And we're keeping it straight, so I have to kind of redo. But these flat spots you see on top, we're going to clear cut because we want that for cows. My plan is to have this timbered, had some ground cleaned up, and then fence it, and I'll have the whole farm fenced. There's not much here. I'm not debating on what I want to do here. You can look down there, there's a little flat I could clean up this whole thing, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to clean up about 100 feet off the line and leave that, because there's a lot of rock down in there. I'll kind of show you when I get back here what I want to do. You see the yellow paint, that's the property line. There makes it kind of a hard turn. I'm just trying to get this stuff squared away, and that way when I'm not that old, but I get some of this stuff squared away now, then when I'm older after this, farming, don't have to keep building fence right on and building barns. Go on, Dixie. Go on, Eugene. Keep going. Yeah, that's what I thought you was gonna do. Move, Dixie. On. Probably a ground ball. into this holler turns here. If you can see what I'm wanting to do on out there, it lays really good, and I'd like to have that in pasture. I don't know how many acres it'll end up being. Our total farm acreage is 154 acres. So I don't know if you can tell, but this ground here lays good. You can get over it easy with a two-wheel drive tractor. And I think at one time they farmed this years ago. They farmed this years ago with corn and different crops. When I was 12 years old, which was approximately 1992, we cut timber out of here pretty hard. And whatever that is now, that's 92, 2002, 20 years, there's some more to be cut. Property line goes on out there, out that road, but we're going to turn and go down the hill in what we call the low gap. This is a real place to hunt. This low gap is. Animals like to cross in these low gaps, the deers. I never been turkey hunting, but the deer do especially. It'll surprise me if we don't run on. That lays real good, this piece of ground does. It's easy, it's not that steep. And there's a little pie shape right here, probably about 2 acres, probably 3, that goes out there on out that ridge. I'll show you something here real quick, and then I'm gonna go there and get this camera. See them ribbons I got marked up through. I've not got the paint on down through here yet. Right here, that road, if you can tell that road straight ahead, that is what this used to be a county road years ago in the 40s and 50s. It's called the Laurel Ridge Road, and it come here, and I'll try to go slow, and it went right out. We can pull up just a little bit. You can see that ravine like that was the Laurel Ridge Road, and that went from pretty close to Tiger's Creek all the way to Route 2. Pretty long road, and they traveled it. A lot of people traveled it years ago. Even in the 80s and 90s, people rode horses on it. Landowners got pretty tired of that quick. But you look at that. See there? I don't think this piece of ground will be hard to clean up. And I might not ever get it done, but that's my plan. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna keep you on the camera here in case we do run on a deer. There's some deer sign down here. But see, when it gets real steep down there in this thicker part, I want to clean it up where it starts getting steep. I probably won't clean up much of this here, just kind of up to the top of the ridge. Out there where you're in the skyline you can see through the trees is the property line, that little top of that ridge. I guess if you're not from here, you'll not understand, but I'm trying to explain it the best way I know how. I would take you all the way around the road, but I think there's something blocking it. And I don't want to risk it, so I'll just go back the way I came. Yeah, there was some deer sign right here. Last time I was up here, it was great. It's not been used in a while, but there is a scrape just the same. I've not seen any rubs. Go ahead and get this camera and that will go back off. Found a real spot to deer hunt out this fence road. It is a beautiful spot. And I believe we got a scrape bear, or had one. My nephew had planned on bow hunting. This is why I set this one up. Got a pretty good shot out this little road. And then of course my camera is right there. He was going to get one of them little poplars or little pines here and put him a climbing stand in there, or maybe that big poplar, I don't know. But he never got to hunt. He ended up getting a 14 point at his farm over in Alcorn and next to the high river. So, but I just wanted to kind of show you the lay of the land. This farm has been in our family for over 100 years. 1919 was when my great-grandfather bought it. And if you can look, it gets steep down in there. And some of it's useful for pasture. And a man could clean this up here for pasture, but I probably won't. It don't all have to be in pasture. My goal is to run 20 cows if I stay in it. If they keep getting high like they're talking, I might have to sell completely out. But yeah, there's two scrapes. There's one right there and one right there. It looks like they used pretty hard. But listen, we hope you all have enjoyed this video, and be sure and like the video. And Eugene wants you to like it. He's looking at something. I don't know what he sees. I don't know if he knows what he sees or not, but he's starting to learn smells and different things. There goes Dixie. She's going off with him. She's got his back, I guess. But be sure and like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed already. Be sure to share this with your friends on social media if you enjoy this. And comment. Leave some comments down in the comment section so we'll know what you like, what you don't like, and you can help me to be better at this. So listen, we hope you all have a blessed rest of your day, and God bless you.